Hey everyone, and welcome. So, have you ever tried to memorize a long list of vocabulary words? It's kind of boring, right? Well, today, we're going to do something way more fun. We're going to learn 20 new English words, not by staring at a list, but by finding them inside a wonderful story.
All right, so here's our plan for today. First, we'll talk just a little bit about why stories are such an amazing way to learn. Then, we'll jump right into our story, The Tale of 12 Months. After that, we're going to unpack all those new words we find. And of course, we'll do some practice to make sure it all sticks, and finish up with a quick review. Sound good? Okay, let's dive in.
So, why learn with a story? Well, think about it. When you just memorize a word from a list, it's kind of floating out there all by itself. But when you find a word in a story, it has context, it has a meaning, a feeling, a whole scene attached to it. And that connection, it's like a little hook for your brain, making it so much easier to remember. You're about to see exactly what I mean.
Okay, it's time for our story, The Tale of 12 Months. As I'm reading, you'll see some words highlighted. Now don't worry if you don't know them yet. That's what we're here for. For now, just kick back, relax, and enjoy the tale. We'll go over everything afterwards.
So our story starts in a house with a family, but it's not exactly a happy one. We meet an awful woman. And when I say awful, I mean really, really bad. We learn about her household, which is just all the people living together in her house, and we find out she possessed, or she had, these deep feelings of hate for her stepdaughter, Anna.
So one cold January night, Anna's stepmother remarked, which is just another way of saying she said, "Your stepsister desires flowers. She really, really wants them." So she tells poor Anna to go and seek some, to go look for them. Of course, Anna wasn't exactly thrilled. She felt anxious, really worried and nervous about walking out into that freezing cold landscape. The cold air was so sharp, it made her lungs burn. That's the part of your body that fills with air when you breathe. She's walking at a really slow pace, or speed, and then she sees a group of people. This group consisted of, or was made up of, 12 men. But wait, these weren't just any 12 men.
She realizes it's the 12 months of the year. January just makes a simple motion with his hand, just a little movement, and suddenly the days start passing rapidly, super, super fast. Then it's March's turn. He makes the sun shine really brightly, and flowers pop up everywhere. So Anna loaded her basket, just filled it right up until she could hardly lift it.
So she gives them a very polite thank you and heads home. She's so eager to show everyone the flowers, just really excited, But back at the house, she accidentally spilled the flowers all over the table. And when her stepmother sees them, you can just see a new idea forming. She gets a new intent, a new plan to get gifts for herself.
What a story, right? Now that we've heard it all the way through, let's go back and really unpack those new words. We're going to break them down into a few little groups, which should make them way easier to remember. Let's start with all the words that describe the family's feelings.
Okay, let's talk feelings. The stepmother, she was awful, just very bad. She possessed hate for Anna, which means she had it, she owned that feeling. Her own daughter desired flowers. She really wanted them. And Anna, well, she was eager, super excited to show off the flowers. But before all that, she was anxious or worried about going out in the cold. See how those words paint a picture of who these people are?
All right, next up, action words. So the stepmother remarked or said something. Anna had to go seek or look for the flowers. The stepmother's intent, her whole plan, was selfish. Anna had to load her basket up, then lift it, and then she accidentally spilled everything when she got home. All about doing things.
Now for the words that help us picture the world of the story. It all starts in a household where all the people live together. Anna walks through this cold, snowy landscape. She finds a group that consisted of, or was made of, 12 men. She walks at a slow pace, a slow speed, but their magic makes time move rapidly, very fast. These words really set the scene, don't they?
And for our last little group, we have some human elements. The cold air hurt Anna's lungs, the part of us that we use to breathe. January made a motion, just a movement with his hand. The sun began to shine, making a bright light. And through it all, Anna was always polite, always acting in a really thoughtful way.
You are doing an amazing job. Seriously, we've heard the words, we've learned what they mean, so now it's time to practice a little bit. This is going to help lock those words into your memory for good. I'll ask a question, give you a moment to think, and then we'll check the answer together. You ready? Let's go.
Okay, first up, which word means to look for something? Is it A, seek, B, possess, C, shine, or D, desire? Think back to what Anna had to do for her stepsister. The correct answer is A, seek. Her stepmother told her to go and seek some flowers.
Okay, next one. We have two sentences here. Which one makes more sense? Is it A, most children are eager to get gifts, or B, good friends are awful to have around? Take a second. Yep, it's A. Children are excited or eager to get gifts. That makes total sense. B doesn't work because awful means very bad, and you definitely wouldn't say that about good friends.
All right, let's do one more like that. Which of these sounds right? Is it A, it isn't polite to take things without asking first, or B, you should help spill the dishes after dinner? That's right, it's A. Being polite is about being thoughtful. And sentence B, well, you don't want to spill the dishes. That would just make a huge mess.
Okay, one last practice question, and this one is about the story. Why did Anna have to seek flowers out in the cold? Have a look at the options. The correct answer is B. Remember, the story said her awful stepsister desired them. That's what started her whole adventure.
You did it! That was fantastic! You've gone through the story, the definitions, and the practice. And you've learned a whole bunch of new English words. The crucial point here is that these words are now in your vocabulary, ready for you to use. Just take a look at this list. 20 new words. From awful all the way to intent, you've learned them all. This is a huge accomplishment, and you did it just by listening to a story. That's pretty cool, right?
And really, this is just the beginning. Every story you read, every movie you watch, is another chance to learn something new. So think about it. What new words will you discover in your next story? Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep seeking out new words, and I'll see you in the next explainer.